New York Chinese
We were introduced to her as the princess of Kwaito. I would say there's no Kwaito without her because she became popular in our screens day to day with the song Cortez. Good evening, my name is Lethaboli Joy Matato and welcome to Talk to Me. And today we sit with Mshoza.
for the second time.
Do people actually know your real name?
I don't know. Well, some, because of the newspapers, some do, actually.
Good evening, welcome to the show, Mshoza.
Thank you very much. I'm great, and you?
I'm very well.
You look beautiful.
You took my words. I was about to say that to you, that you look so beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
How do you keep it up?
Do not know. I do not have a recipe for that.
Really?
I do.
Go to the gym. I mean, you've got kids.
I haven't been to gym in 3 months now.
Now tell us the story. What do you do?
I don't know. I think I took my dad's.
Do you eat pap?
I do actually. Papa. I'm that woman. I'm just free. I'm not too concerned about certain things. What matters to me is my happiness. That's it.
You have been in the media for so long.
20 years to be exact.
Really? Is it 20 years?
About 20 years.
So there's a lot that we hear day to day about Mshoza, but one thing I think you've always tried to do, would you say the media is telling certain things about you that are not true and you always try to hide? Because you hardly come out and say, here's an interview, let me just get it off my chest. Do you think they start stories and you don't feel the need to come out?
No, I think the media is a stalker of mine that I've accepted.
They stalk you.
They're my stalkers and I've accepted that. Like, they here. It's like that dog here next door. How it's like when I get how can take next door.
Yeah.
So you end up with I don't like that, but
one of the highlights in your life, I think, that made the media to talk more about you without music, because music has always been something that you can't talk about Mshoza and not talk about music. You've played your part in the Kwaito industry so much, and not only was it there. I mean, even every time when you come back, it's just a hit after a hit. So well, it is. Abantu bam, who doesn't know the song by now? But what I'm saying is, you have another life or other things that brought you again to the media, and I want us to just let's just start with that. The one about your bleaching, it was always in the papers. It's always been an issue for so long. What happened the day you woke up and you said, you know what, I'm going to change how I look, honey?
OMG, I never did that. I have never said. That's one thing I would have never thought of or never even agree on doing, had it not been a matter of I do not have a choice, you know. And again, to me it was not a big thing. It's just that media will take a teaspoon into your pair. So with me, what happened, after giving birth to my son Junior, that was 8 years ago, I developed a disease. Do you know vitiligo? It's a disease that takes off the pigmentation. Yeah. Now I develop hyperpigmentation, where it brings too much antenna to a point where you can't, even your skin can't breathe. Okay. The pigmentation becomes amplified. And that's why we find other people having black patches, like so I developed the hyperpigmentation to a point where it became too thick, very black, and it was scary. It scared me. I thought maybe I had a serious disease, like I'm going to die, and I had to go to a doctor, different doctors actually. That's when I realized that people don't have knowledge. Hyperpigmentation, you know. Even some of the skin doctors, Baba, a bit ignorant when it comes to that. And when I went to this doctor, he told me, the only way we can help you is if you are willing to take a risk.
Yeah.
Ya go bleach.
Really?
It's whitening, it's not even bleaching. Bleaching gets its light and whatnot.
Yeah.
We need to whiten your skin. And they started comfortability. I was like, no, can we find another way? But we can find another way. Went on Roaccutane, went on all of those things. They can help to tone down with the pimples. They will not kill the pigmentation, especially if it's hyperpigmentation. And at last I was like, okay, as long as it's not gonna do damage, but 2 stages. First stage will give you into Zohlapa with pills. If it happens, it comes back within the next 5 years, we'll have to take you on a pill. I'm like, what pill is this? A pill that Michael Jackson took.
Are you serious?
And the doctor's like, mind you, if you take that pill, you're not gonna stop discoloring until you look like you had a white wall, like this wall. It's possible. It doesn't stop, it continues. Remember, it kills every melanin you have in your body.
Yeah.
We are black, we have melanin for days.
Of course.
And can you imagine over the 5 years, it decreases melanin to a point where you are white, you look like a Russian guy, and then the next thing you look like your wall. And I was like, can you not do that first? Can we start with the simple one? Right, this one is expensive. You'll have to pay 5,000 to 10,000 a month.
So you were paying 5,000 to 10,000 monthly?
Look, I can afford it.
Oh, we know you can, but you were paying it.
I can. It just doesn't sound real for a lifetime style, for a lifetime lifestyle as well, you know. And I was like, okay, fine, let's try it for 5 years. And I continued. Kayona. It happened, Kile Peting Yamana L.
Yeah.
Go Pretoria, and this journalist told me, here, when I boom Yamana Ganje. And next time I got to remember, I'm just trying to cure this thing that I have. And it was on newspapers. And when they wrote their own thing, I'm like, oh, you want to play? Let's play. Or bitches say, I want to be a white person. And it started there. And I was like, whatever.
Was that a defense mechanism that you had towards the media? Because I'm asking myself, why didn't you come out and say, guys, kinale problem? This was the problem. Why did you play along with the whole, yes, I want to look like Michael Jackson. Why did you have to play along?
I felt I didn't have to explain myself. The only time now I'm doing this is because I'm seeing a lot of black women doing things that they do not understand. What will happen in time?
What happens in time?
Remember, your skin, you are born black. You are born with melanin. And where now you are busy painting it out, the day that product you or you stop, it comes back kicking. That's when you start having hyperpigmentation. Because now it's trying to protect itself. Remember, our skin is brown because we're supposed to protect our skin. That's why we don't really feel that heat through in. So how what happens when you stop or the product stops working on you? The melanin starts trying to come back. It starts fighting back. That's why I told about to.
Yeah. Are you still on medication?
I'm still on medication, not the extreme one though. Not one that I would have to take number of pills and whatever. I'm on a normal one where I can use any chemical, whatever. And well, I'm experiencing from last year. I started experiencing problems, Nyana. Where now, I think when I went to a doctor, they don't know if it's turning to. It wants to be a vitiligo or hyperpigmentation coming back because some of the skin patches are becoming white, and some of them. So I was like, I said 10 years. I'll wait for 10 years. If it doesn't come back after 10 years, I know I'm good. If it comes back, we'll go to that pill. Yeah, Michael Jackson.
So how many years are we in now?
8.
Oh, we still have 2 years to go. What are your feelings around it though? What do you think will happen? Because I want to know the emotional part of it. Because knowing that you are not well, I mean, having to go through this whole change, it was because it wasn't your choice, like many other people do it over, I want to just be lighter. With you were faced in a situation where you have to, or
a situation where I believe any woman, out of 10 women, 2 women can have it. Remember when you give birth, when you're pregnant, a lot of things change in your system.
Of course.
And Lina, it just happened. I used to be a very beautiful dark-skinned woman, the queen of Kwaito, you know, slim, dark, and short. And I used to love that. I had to change that, and people assume she never liked herself. But it's not my problem, it's their assumptions. I'm not going to go correcting.
Let's hold it right there. I said Princess of Kwaito, and she's saying she's the Queen of Kwaito. Welcome back to Talk to Me, Rosana Lee and Mshoza. Yeah, like when you said I'm the Queen of Kwaito, I was like, I got it wrong the first time.
Yeah, ma'am, and who's the queen? If I'm the princess, who's the queen?
I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know.
You're undisputed Queen of Kwaito.
Oh my goodness. In my studio, Mshoza.
Not in a bad way, I'm just trying to correct this. Listen, you must remember Kwaito is our culture.
Yeah.
Kwaito was born and bred in South Africa. Kwaito fought for South Africans. We talk our stories through music, Kwaito, you know. And I'm the only lady that said, as hard as it is, I'm there. I will fight. And
what do you think of the people who are singing Kwaito now, ladies? I don't want to mention names, but there are ladies who came out and don't give me that look. It's like you saying Gibumang. And I mean, I can't say names, but there are ladies who are singing and they're dancing and they're doing Kwaito. What? Okay, is Kwaito still alive?
I never heard of a funeral like Kwaito, so I really can't comment. The last time I checked, it was still alive. So if anyone says it's dead, I must have not been invited to a funeral, and it would be very unfortunate not to have the Queen of Kwaito.
But where is it now, especially when we're talking women in Kwaito?
Let's ask the television stations. Probably they buried it, go the archives in. I don't know.
So you don't think they get enough airplay? But is there new material enough?
Why would you go to studio, pay your money, spend your time for something that you know is going to be turned back? How fika go the radio stationing? Deliberately so. It's an oppression that we are not really fighting, because how to tima Kwaito music overseas, it means you're taking us back to oppression. You are trying to shut us down. And by doing so, you are bringing back into remember, our black music was not played because they knew we were saying things through music. I feel we're doing the same thing, we're trying to shut it down. And by then, next thing, body ANC, soon. It's quite political. I don't want to go into that. I get very sensitive and angry when it comes to that.
I can see your face literally just changed.
Yeah, but Kwaito's not dead, and trust you me, we are working on bringing it back. Now we are going back to the same thing. ANC Youth League, back then, they're the ones that introduced Kwaito, that opened channels for Kwaito when doors were locked. Listen, but you know, because you're not from multiracial, you know. So Kwaito was fighting for black people. Now it being hidden by Kwalakante, it's basically taking us back to the Nakwetze, whereby we have to fight for our freedom, but we will in time.
But do you think they're being sidelined?
Very much so, very much so.
Or people maybe are just interested in doing a different music than Kwaito?
Music not that it's not making sense, but they'd rather play than that person who's going to say, we're trying to uplift. We need music that's going to make sense, portray, send a message to that kid who and then you will make it one day, son. You know, I got here where I am because of Kwaito. So you also can make it. As much as you didn't have money to go to a multiracial school, when you will make it at the end of the day.
How difficult was it for you to get into the industry then?
I can't really claim that it was difficult for me, because But Trompisi, Bo Oskiro had already fought, paved the way. The Ancient League had already paved the way. We came in to say, look, because of what you guys have done, we are doing this. We are free. We are happy. We are famous. We are making money because of what you guys fight.
But I see a lot of people will tell you that it's difficult to get into the industry, especially let's just say the arts industry. It could be acting, it could be singing, but it's extremely difficult. When you say people have paved the way, but we still have gatekeepers even now, where the industry is not as open as everybody would say it should be.
Where there's money involved, open, that we can't change. I get Jesu Chelete was sold. Can you imagine a person that gives you life and then coin? So money is near everything. We can't change that. Like I said, but as long as it's uphill, we will fight for what's rightfully ours. So yes, it's not easy. Nobody said it would be easy, and it can be easy. If it was easy, I'm sure about crashing about to be So the right channels have to be followed, but also the corruption behind has to be stopped.
What kind of corruption is there?
I will not go into that. The fact that Bakubile Hlawud, we're coming for you guys.
Okay. Now let's talk about the contribution alone. When you sit alone in your room, what contribution did you think you made in the industry of music? As much as you're saying you're queen, but there should be tangible things that maybe you have done and people are not even aware of them.
I don't usually talk about these things.
But I want to talk about them now because we just know Mshoza, but do people actually know the depth of how far you went in the industry to make sure that you contribute to a certain things or certain people? Like those are some of the things that people need to know so that they can just understand the kind of people you are.
Look, musically I can say I contributed in a lot of ways lyrically, and also I can say the fact that I had to fight as a Kwaito artist to show them not because it's done by men we can't do it. You know, that's why I'll find a lot of female artists rapping and all that coming out to say, listen, if Mshoza could wear a sporty all-star and dickies and say, listen, as much as you can do it, I can do it. I contributed in that manner when it comes to women. But personally, things that I don't share, I believe before industry run, it needs education. I take people to school. I pay for the university Sabana. I give people jobs. I go out there. I make sure at least a year I get 10 teachers musibits. I get 10 minors musibits. You know, I hustle to get them jobs, to find them jobs. And these are people who about Facebook and all that. I don't really say much. There's a kid who came out. I can't say most of these people I've never met. You know, you find accountants kolong. I'll call them before I pay. I want to know if we are kolong saras. You know, so those are things I do with what I have. I'm not rich.
I was about to ask, are you rich?
Me, I'm gonna be.
So you're not rich now?
I was rich. I went broke.
What happened?
I child money. Money is being child. You go broke. Money, you know, money I fell, child I fell. But I don't regret the fact that I've lived my life. I've managed to wake up in the morning and be like, let's fish fresh, fly to Cape Town and keep fishing it, fly back. Not life like you know, I can't complain. I look at kids now, be like, yeah, I'm away, yeah, man.
Yeah,
cool.
like, yeah.
Been there, done that.
Hey, like you look at them and like we've been there.
Now you open my rack, you'll find bottles and bottles, hundreds of them. Like I do this in the house. I don't have time to brag anymore. I've done that. You know. Now it's time for me to focus on legacy aga. And banabaka baikesa bochiza aktsebethola guys. So kinala labono. Nena, mangvala. You guys are in trouble because selling jela is expensive next, you know. So that's what I'm focusing on. But most of all is I'm not planning to be Gogo Akwaito. So I'm busy getting money. I've got other businesses.
So you out with quite?
Otherwise, I'm not out yet, man. Look at me.
I just want to know. I mean, just recent you were nominated for the Metros after your comeback.
And I was the only woman.
Yeah, because, okay. Because we know why. You came back and you were nominated. But what I'm saying is, as much as you took a break. You were busy with family, I guess. You took no. If it's more than 2 years or 3 years when you are not not going out, meaning releasing albums.
People don't understand. Legends don't release every month. When I releasing to etlo fadang. Listen to Abantu Bam now. This is almost 2 years.
After 2 years, honey.
So it doesn't mean I have to release. That means I can step into it.
Hence, I'm saying you were not out. You were on a break. You were still. It's like wine. You were still growing other things in you that you want to talk about. Then you took a break maybe for 2-3 years, and when you came with a new album, that's when you were nominated again, right? In the Metros.
And I've never won an award in my life.
You haven't?
R. Kelly has never won an award in life, but Uli Chabi sister life I got fame. Arthur has never won an award, but Uli Chabi sister life I got fame. So that shows you how cruel the industry is, how insane.
But what goes down with those? Because I will tell you, Boom Shaka is one of the people that made it big as well, and there are so many groups that you can actually.
Trompis has never won an award.
Hence, I'm saying Trompis. I remember Mahuta once spoke about that as well. What happens, King, especially if you make people dance, make people do what they do, talk about your music every day, and at the end of the day, they don't get what? Do you think what is being said in the media about the award ceremonies and the corruption that goes, do you believe there is?
I don't know if it's corruption or it's the fact that banka, daycare workers, judges are music. I don't understand. They take people that don't know. Well, that's not be there, but it's not fair. It's never.
They're here to talk about.
But it's not even about. It's not even about winning an award. I think the fact that I don't know who said that before. Winning people's hearts. The fact, you know what happened, Gaban Duamine, Kodi awards in Kodi Metros, when they said and the best Kwaito award winner is. Everyone stood up and said Abantu Bamlawa, and when they called Stula, no, not Stula. When they called the Bobo, it can be Jack. When they call
you are very funny, you know that.
And
Warumulana sharp sharp buena.
It's a Stula. He looked at me as well, and then and everyone's like, and that's what I'm talking about, winning people's hearts.
But do you think people vote?
People vote. You don't want me to go there?
I want us to get there.
No, the thing is, Neliti awards Samabala, but that guy's my friend. I'm not going to talk better about it. I just told him, Gary, these were the Amabala awards. They were not South African awards. Hence,
so
they took all 13 awards.
You are actually saying there's a lot that goes.
A lot. Music industry is very expensive lately. Like any other industry, it's become very political as well.
Yeah.
You know, but it doesn't really matter. The fact that you know, Miss Mang Mang, and that girl deserved it. How about crown? Everyone can see it's not mine. So it felt like that. I felt like, you know, all the guests that were sitting next to me, they were all like, and I was like, I did my job.
And you did perform. Do you still perform?
Who, me?
Yeah. Do you still go to gigs and perform?
There's no female performer like Mshoza in South Africa. Trust me.
The level of confidence in this woman, guys.
Mass ego in a way. You know why I'm so confident? I put my effort in everything I get done. I rehearse. When I rehearse, if I have a gig, I'll rehearse from 5 till 5 in the morning with my team. So I put my all in everything I do. And how to palang staging, I go to that person and bow down and be like, let me go back to my drawing board. I look at the likes of Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson. South Africans are lazy at performance. They go out there, make people sing. Listen, we paid to come and see you sing. Don't make us sing, please. So,
So you still perform and you still go into to perform.
Make money. I still make money. Performance.
Do they pay? The gig chakamorai? Because I'll tell you why I'm asking this. I hear a lot of artists where they don't pay much. There are certain people that get paid a lot of money and
AKA charges 200,000 for a performance. Casper charges 300 and above for a performance. Right? Now, it depends on how you've worked. Those boys have worked to a point where they deserve to be paid that much. Questa has worked to a point where he deserves to be paid that much. So if you're gonna come, only fail, tshwara mic, only one stage for 1 hour, expect I can say 50,000 ko pata. Tsama o lo reka case ya hao, o dule kwanana, koning ya hao. I can no pata. Put your effort in everything you're doing. And I've got dancers that I pay. So when you book me, I tell you, room ya ka ke batla le tje. Ke batla eng ka mono, staging ke batla eng, ke batla stages se kana ba ke tsaba ke a jive. Till today, we've got your chomis, we've got your babes Oduma, but trust me, those kids, they know. As 40-year going, I'm going, they know. Nigga, I go down.
Woo! Dear welcome on the studio. This is Talk to Me, Revo ya Rona Metsi. Reba o bosena le rena ke o botsa wa tlhaelwa eupia re le ba go no boya wa ba le rena ga bjale. Welcome back to Talk to Me. Re sana le ena Mshoza. Whew, heated. You are so heat. You are heat. You are heat nje. You know,
No comment on that.
What?
No comment on that.
O ga no ba heat. Why?
See?
No, look at innocent. 2 seconds, 3 seconds, you're gonna be like, oh. I want us to get into your private life. And the reason I want this is because you went through so much, according to the papers, by the way. So maybe this is the time where we get to know. You according to the papers, you went through too much. You went through being married, you went through abuse, you had kids, which is a beautiful thing. And I want us to when you are in the limelight, like you are, every man wants to be part of your life. Every man wants you.
How?
I think so.
Yeah, so
You were beautiful.
you're going through that.
No.
You're in the limelight. You're in the
I'm
limelight.
not in the limelight. You are in the limelight. You dance. You sexy. You beautiful.
You same as you. You on
Okay,
TV.
but we're talking about Mshoza now.
Okay.
So, how did you get through that before you got married? I want a scenario as how you got to know when to say no, because a lot of females in the industry sometimes they get abused without even understanding that it's abuse in the industry. Wabereka, maybe your manager starts wanting you and you feel compromised. You know, did you go through certain things that you felt they were just the industry was just expecting you to be someone you were not?
I think I was blessed, Kauri Hakikena. We had Mr. Nimrod Nkosi as my boss and Oscar Mlangeni as my boss. Remember, we're still kids. I was older than Mzambi and Msawa, but we looked the same. People thought age group B1. And we were protected because we're still kids. So we'd be told 5 o'clock from school, we'd be dropped, go school. Growing up until age, I kept my virginity until age 21. I started dating at 20, but I kept it until 21.
Really?
Yes.
I'm sure my 2000 village, but is it possible?
It is. But remember, I was a tomboy, so guys never looked at me that way.
Oh, that's why.
You know, I think it sort of like protected me in a way. You know, but also, I'll tell you one thing that I've never said. So, I never told my mom that Kiajaiva la chiscope. Next time, so I would go out of school, get result, and then I'd come back home late. So this other day, I was very late. I think it was about 5 in room. And my mom started swearing. And but he said, "Lente chola," and I cried, cause next time Joel, I fun. Can I stay soft? I wanted to kill myself because I didn't like boys in that way.
Really?
I didn't want a boy to touch me until I was 21.
So that actually got to you to say, you can't accuse me of some.
I was like, I get to hospital, I was like, go and check me. I'm still a virgin. I don't want. That's why even my kids, like, badly, you know. And after 21, they allowed that, okay, now your boyfriend, my boyfriend was a celebrity, a soccer player. And he was also a very down-to-earth person. So they're like, now you can bring your boyfriend in, now we can know him and all that. Unfortunately, fame got to him and he lost out. And I had a boyfriend who used me, you know, who was in jail, used me khut, my fame khut, and got hurt. And I got married at 23.
Were you 23 when you got married? How long was your marriage?
5 years.
Okay.
It was 5 years. In Khodisidze, he was a good man. I was still young though. And he locked me in, like he didn't want anything. You know, he's rich, he's powerful, he's known, and he has this girl who's famous, who's making him famous. Now he's starting to say, listen, he protects me, but he's doing other things.
You were caged?
I was in a way, but I had everything I wanted. Look, I would say, babe, next week is my birthday. From Ferrari. I would get my Ferrari, you know. I had everything to a point where I never noticed that I was caged. Until a later stage where I realized, this person's a girlfriend and a house and a whatnot and a child outside, you know. I didn't know about all of these things. That's when I broke out to the world. That's when I started really knowing.
So no son throughout?
No.
So that's when you started?
But next time, already drugs, what, and all that. And only to realize I only did that after my marriage. You know,
were you ever on drugs?
No. Okay. I feel so much for people who are on drugs. I've seen that thing kill people around me. Yes, Kapap. When I go on stage, I'm crazy. Every time I go off stage, because people think I'm on drugs, but I enjoy crowds, you know. So when I was in that marriage, remember I got married at 23. I never realized I was being abused emotionally.
I think a lot of people don't know emotional abuse as much as physical abuse. How did you realize, or how did you know you were emotionally abused?
I realized after, I must be on, you know, I mean, this guy is 18 years older than me, who got married to me. Who married me, 18 years old, and when I saw, stage, you know, things like that. And after I found out about his infidelities, he started now being physically abusive. Because now I want to go out and have life because I'm tired of you. You're hurting me, but I started living life and became physically abusive, and I left. You know, I've got so much love. I was like, I'm not going to take anything. I'm not going to get you arrested. I just want my freedom. I came back, tried a few relationships, got into a relationship with a person that I did not know was dangerous, was very powerful again in the country, unknown, silently powerful. And when I found out, I started being rebellious, and that person started being physically abusive. And he would say to me, if you go to a newspaper or police, I'll have to kill you and your family.
So wait, you've been abused in your first marriage, and now you get into another relationship, you get abused again, physically.
Yeah. Luckily, I was 2 months into, before marriage, before we got, 2 months before Atlan Lobola, that's when this physical thing happened. It had a lot of celebrities intertwined, you know, a lot of things, jealousy and everything in it. But that guy loved me and was obsessed and possessive to a point where...
Do you call it love when someone physically abuses you?
I do not know the difference between love and obsession. We need to find, there's a thin line between that, and we can't really tell. So I think that I'm yet to really discover. Because you never know when it's true love or it's obsession. That guy was like, I'd rather you die than I lose you. That guy stabbed me so many times to a point where his brothers broke down the door to save me. I'm diabetic. So I was on the floor sleeping, like lying on the floor. I don't know if I was breathing or what, bleeding though. So the other brother is diabetic. I check out tonight and it was on 1. I mean, this person's gonna die. He had to inject me into a higher. He had to inject me, get cool drinks and all that to try and revive me. And after the bleedings, the bedroom was full of blood, curtains and all that. I remember I took one of the bottles, broke it as well, because now I was weak and shaking and this person is killing me here. And when I got to him, he's like, and I'm shaking, going there, like, I gave it to him. Like, I'm showing him what I respect you, I can't. And he took it as like, let me show you how it's done, you know? And remembering all of that, I realized how lucky I was. Not strong, but lucky, because I could have died. It was just, I could have died.
The first relationship was abusive. You get to another one and it's still the same thing. What made you to stay?
The difference. The first one was Shapana, a bit normal.
Yeah.
This one was smart. The second one was smart. The other one was fame hungry. This one was smart. After I realized, sorry, Muto Utlosho, he called the doctor into the house. And treated for about 2 weeks.
So you didn't even go to the
And then when
hospital?
it was time to go out to a doctor, I remember the doctor was like, what happened to you? Got a bike. Hurry, doctor. I'm not biking, guys. So I don't know, keep bike. And then he was there. I was like, yeah, bike, but who was driving? And I said, no, a friend of mine was driving. And this guy, my ex, said, yeah, I could drive. So when he, and then the doctor said, please go get a Coke, because bloody sugar. So he went and bought Coke, and the doctor said, please talk if he's abusing you. I can tell there's something happening. And I was like, I swear, doctor, nothing is happening. And the guy took me back, and he started taking care of me. Like, in there so that you cover your body. I'm gonna do this, go do your nails. Taking care of me, making me feel horwanted. And when's a mistake. Kanti is waiting for me to calm down and for the wounds to heal so that I don't get him arrested. And then that's when it's like, you can.
So I think that is the reason why most abusers after that, they look all remorseful, because they want you not to lay charges and they want you to just calm down.
They want you to calm down. They want you to relax and look at them and feel for them. Why would I do that? You know?
It's actually to protect them. It has absolutely nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with you. After that, it was like, I'm sharp now. Sharp.
Did you guys break up or did you leave him because of the abuse?
No, now he made me feel horrible. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna make this work. Now he starts going around with other girls, with me knowing, you know. And then now he started liking the fact that I'm this woman at Katlung, I'm Utabang. So he can go for days, come back, I never get Xanax, never can say anything. So I ran away at some point.
How did you get your strength back? You know, I'm saying this because there's a lot of women, someone is watching now and is going through that, and they're scared to leave. Right. Some, for obvious different reasons. Some are scared to leave because they're not working. Some are scared to leave because they're just scared of this monster. And some, and the next thing I want to come back, how's my life going to be? Especially like if you're married to a person for a long time, you get to a level where you maybe even start losing yourself. You're living for this person. There's so many women who are going through abuse, Mshoza. I'm trying to understand, how did you take your power back to say, what's about enough is enough. This is now me. I'm taking me back to the strength. I'm me now, and I'm going to be this woman that I want to be.
It's not easy. It's not easy. Though now my mom is very strong. So she was like, when I first met the guy, M4 within a week, cash. So
I
can say what's up. So my mom was like, take everything back. You grew up uzenzele imali. You are Mshoza. Go back to umsebenzi wakho. Take everything akuthengele back. Usebenze. I had someone strong behind me. Mama akalba usbag. And also I had a friend who would always say, don't you feel good to umuntu because he's doing things for you, you can't do things for yourself. You know, he would always say things to me that would make me feel, I'm a superwoman. Why would I allow someone to do these things to me? You know? And eventually, empty just the bed, and I found someone. But now I realize, when I'm desperate, hurt, that's when I found someone. And usually I find people that are rich that are going to say, I'll buy you a car,
I'll give you this nice life.
And you find yourself trapped in the same thing again.
So that was actually a pattern. How did you get out of it?
Recently.
Are you out of it? Let's. Are you out of it?
Okay.
Are you out of the pattern?
Okay, listen. So I just recently got lobolad by a guy that I've been in a relationship with for 2 years. He's a Zulu guy.
We know that.
He's a serial cheater. I went into a relationship knowing that he's got 5 girlfriends.
And he told you this by himself?
He fed me, bought me a car, everything, and I was like, I'm broke. I just ran away from a relationship. Like, if you don't like it, you can leave. Just leave my things and go. Where am I going? What am I going to do? And I would cry. I'll ask, manje ubani lo? Athi hayi intombi yami entsha le. Usibani bani?
That is hectic.
Kille, you know? And after unlobol, a month later after unlobol, I got arrested for speed. For speed. Okay. And I called him, God, I'm arrested for speed. Can you come help me? And I was like, Bonza, man. Arubal. Took out my money, baila, katola lawyer, and went home. He doesn't care. And I stood there and I looked at him and was like, this guy doesn't love me. Why am I here? For all of these things. Like Mshoza pause, I can do all of these things. Why do I need a man
to feed me?
Why?
And take my power. Because when they do that,
they take your power.
Take your power.
They make you feel like you're nothing. This guy made me feel like I'm nothing.
Now you become a slave. You're not a wife or a partner anymore. You become a slave.
Yes. And a trophy. I was like, oh, since I was to Mshoza, do you know which I can turn tables around. Let me show you. I was married last year, November, Lobolet. I'm separated now. Separated 3 months ago. Now count. November. February, I was in a very beautiful relationship.
Okay,
but now, the difference in this time is I was planning. I stayed there. Or I'm counting. Go ahead. My minds are getting there. Everything is getting there. Now, bye. I'm good. Go get your girlfriends. Go get your 5 girlfriends. I'm out. I've met someone that loves me for me. Now, someone that did not dangle a carrot for me to go to them. Someone that showed me love, that was with me through it all, through thick and thin. That is not a rich guy, a guy that can afford, but a guy that can wake up at night and say, she's coughing, she's sick, I need to get her something. You know.
A lot of people, and I know what I'm going to say, it's people might not like it, but a lot of girls are in relationships for material. And that's exactly what is happening right now. They don't know that someone can wake up in the middle of the night and say, you're coughing.
They don't understand.
Why fever, you know? And can I make you tea? What do you want? That is love. Because love should be passionate. Love should take care of you. Love shouldn't.
You shouldn't be a slave.
Shouldn't be a slave.
No. How I was saying with that deal only late. Your man can just take your shirt and iron it quickly and say, baby,
that is love.
That's the kind of man I have.
Oh,
you know?
Tell us all about it. So you are in love now, and the person you are with loves you.
I'm in love. I'm independent. The person is working. We're together because of love. It's not because I'm depending on that person. I don't need. But it's not a matter of we'll start together, build our way up. How where you can claim wait say the kitten say hagilo di rukisa. It's everything, anything. How about on Samo? And you must remember, these rich guys, they marry out of community. After 2 years, I can yell.
Yeah.
So, girls, start making your money. Start going out there, work. Work. I don't believe polygamy is not wrong because it's our culture. I don't believe in it. But I was almost forced to be in it because this guy is doing everything for me. And I was like, man, queen, princess, yabo princess. No, I'm not going to do that. Listen, I've got my talent. I've got my brains as well. I can do this on my own. And on that mentality, I started freeing my mind and my heart. And that's when I found true love.
And how is it? So he really wakes up at night and say you're coughing?
He was nothing, can. and he wants nothing from me. Just love and respect.
So you knew it was love this time because you went through relationships that were not about love.
I realized.
Do you think you loved your exes?
Yeah.
Because you mentioned that there was money involved. They will bring a car within a week. Do you think you loved them? Did you get to know who they were?
No, I never did. My first boyfriend I loved. We were both young, both from the location, both making money. He would go play in Cape Town or go perform, go overseas, come back. It was just puppy love, cute, true love. We didn't want anything from each other. Then onwards, it was about Kimang. What can I benefit from going? You know, and it was all people just here, bigger, and friends would be like, yo, unani ro, ngena, you know. So it was not love. It was always me being rescued or something, you know.
So now that you are in a relationship and you're saying what are some of the smallest things that actually make you to go, oh, this is really love? Because people think love should be BMWs. People think, yes, that's how people nowadays see love. If he can't take me shopping, then it's not love. If he can't buy me an expensive bag, it's not love. What are the smallest things that you think you can say, look, this is love for me?
A person that would say, Nana, listen, you don't have money. I don't have much. But you can't be seen, what's that you call bag? I've got 30 bucks.
Let's share it.
Yeah, or I get time for them savings. It'll be fine. Now I'm saving, I'll get you food when you come back. Someone that will say, Nana, you're stressing, you're losing weight. Can I try and help you out of that? Let me feed you rather. Let's try and do something. What can I do to help? You know, someone that is willing to take a bullet for you. Someone that doesn't care about your past. But you're a faded star. Well, to the public, to us, you're a mom, to the kids, and you're the love of my life. And I will protect you. Yeah. If it happens, I'll be there with you. A person like that. A person that will not say, you know, you must remember these rich guys are all about trophy girls.
Yeah.
So
who's in the limelight now?
How What's
your future looking like?
Too bright, I'm surprised I'm not wearing shades right now.
Let's get your shades, honey.
Look, you know, I'm happy. What matters, what I realize is, the moment you become happy, you open your heart, good things start happening.
They do.
When you're stressing, everything just runs away. Everything about too. And funny, yes, I was working and be like, working. But as soon as I was happy, I was able to say, I'm not trapped here. Let me go to my conference. Why can't I go get someone to Kirmamela? Lalela. Kilo sebetsa no. How non stop? How antola ke le saga le metseng wena ke. Jone kilo etsa tšhelete ya ka. Ha ke no kopa wena tšhelete ya di senators a fela kgwedi. Why 1 and 2? I became free. I felt like bansitse diketang. I can now be myself. I can laugh as loud as I want. No one is going to say, no, be a lady. Have you ever seen? You must watch movies. You know, movies people take. I think but they teach you things.
They do.
Do you know that movie? There's a movie called Indecent Proposal. That's true love, but it's tempted by love, by money. But when a person will see that we need this money, but I cannot sell my wife for this money. I'd rather go work gardening and get money so my wife and I can eat, but I'll not sell my wife for that money. That's love. And it brings happiness. Your mind is open to go work for familiar how.
Mshoza, it's been a good 1 hour. I can actually sit here and listen to you more.
Oh,
Thank you so much for coming through, and all the best with your new love, and let it work out.
It's not going to be public this time though.
We don't want it to be public as long as you're happy. It's not, I always say this, you are not pressured to tell people what makes you happy. Meaning, when you are happy and you have yours and what's your, usually you wouldn't want to show people. So, so meaning when you're happy and you're in love, and as much as other people believe that love should be shown and people, but sometimes it's not necessary. So protect what's yours.
Yes.
Protect what's yours. Love it the way you want to love it, the way you explain love. Because we will always tell you how love should be like. As long as it's not abuse, honey, go have fun. Okay? And take care of your kids and stay looking like this.
Thank you very much.
We love you right here. Yeah, go pela go tse gore lerato a se di material. Beno ke re wena ke re boletse le Mshoza re kwele ka lerato la gage re kwele ka industry ya music re kwele tse dintsi ka gage re bile le bosho bo botse. Good night.
I've been out, I've been rich, I've been broke, I got married and divorced. I've been loved, I've been hurt, I got love, I got hate. I got those who got my back and those who just play a hate. I've been highs, I've been lows, I've been black, I've been